Hi everyone, Gabby here. Today we are going to be making Christmas crack. And I'm not sure if I've ever had it before. I probably have, but maybe it was just called something different or it was a little bit different version. I know my mom used to make popcorn balls at the holidays, and those were so addictive. Oh my goodness. So anyways, I'm going to be making half the recipe that it calls for because I know my personality, and if it's in the house, I'll probably eat it. So I'm going to do my own version of it. You know, it's always kind of a Gabby recipe. And the first thing we're going to need is a stick of butter, which I have right here, and I've already cut it up into pieces so that it'll melt faster. It's been out at room temperature for a little bit. I'll put that in. And then some of the extra things that I might be adding to mine is going to be some sourdough pretzels. I might crush up some of those and put on top of it. I was kind of half tempted to use the sourdough pretzels as a different version. So I might try that in the future. If I do, I'll make a separate video. But this is the really delicious sourdough pretzels that I found. And I love those. My grandson does too. Sourdough's a little bit better, I think, than regular pretzels or bread to begin with. I'm using the semi-sweet chocolate chips. You need brown sugar. And all the butter's already started to melt. Here's the chocolate chips. I also have some M&Ms, that the little mini ones I'm going to add to it. Some vanilla, some sea salt. So anyways, it seems like it's a really simple recipe, and I think it's going to be delicious. Now, I already have my crackers over here. This is kind of the part that's throwing me. I think you can use up to 40 crackers, but since I'm halving the recipe, I think I have 24. Oh, and I'm going to preheat the oven to 400. It's going to get nice and toasty in here, as usual. You know, last year, my grandson and I made some treats, and we put them in little bags and took them with us when we would go down on Saturdays. Right now, he's not coming over that much on Saturdays because they're at that lake resort. But him and I would go to thrift store, and wherever we went, we would have these little bags, and he helped me do them. And we would just pass them out to everybody. And he was really, you know, that's that sense that I want to instill in him of that giving. And it makes you feel better to give than to receive. And that's so true. So he just had a grin on his face from ear to ear, passing out those little baggies with the cookies in it. We put ribbons and stuff on it. All right, we can put our brown sugar in. Okay. And that's a half a cup of brown sugar. So I was thinking that this might be a good little thing for him and I to make this year to pass out to people. We have to let this come to a rolling boil. And I guess this is what's going to make our toffee. Alright guys, I have cooked that down. In fact, I think it's still boiling in there, bubbling. I splashed a little bit of vanilla in it, and just like a half a teaspoon or so. So now we're just going to pour this, and I know they said this is going to be scalding hot. So, all right, so I'm going to put mine out into a little measuring cup to pour over the crackers. I think it'll be a little bit more uniform. Do you make this for your family or as a treat to take somewhere? It seems like it would be a quick little, don't even have any cooking to do. You know, it's all right on top of the stove. You don't have to bake it. Now my crackers seem like they're separating a little bit, but that's probably okay. Then after I pour this on here, then we're going to put this in the oven and let it bake for about 4 or 5 minutes. And then, of course, you know, I'm making this for the first time. I'm changing the recipe. So we'll see how it goes. But I think it should be fine. Usually these kind of things, you can't really mess them up. it's not precise, so to speak. I just want to make sure I get all the crackers covered. And then I guess as it bakes in the oven, I'll show you guys too, it's going to bubble up. And that helps coat all the crackers as well. I'm going to put this in the oven for like 4 or 5 minutes, and I'll show you what it looks like. It just came out of the oven, and that's what it looks like. So yeah, I would say that you don't have to worry about putting it all over, because when you put it in the oven, it does melt down and go all over the place anyway. So you won't be able to see me for a second, but that's okay. So now we're going to sprinkle the chocolate chips on here. If I can scoop some of these back together. I mean, I don't think it really matters, but I will try to scoot them back together a little bit since they did float along the pan. I'm so excited for this. Yum. I actually turned the oven off, so I'm just going to sit it back in there real quick for like 60 seconds, and then this will melt real quick. Yay! Oh my, I hope this doesn't burn the counter. I don't have anything thicker to put it on though, because you know this is just my rental, and this counter is not really the best, but you know, it's 35 years old, so I guess it's in pretty good shape. Okay guys, yeah, I put that back in the oven for just a couple of seconds there, probably like 60 seconds. And yeah, these do look like they have melted, so I can spread them around a little bit. It's probably not good that I have a fan going. It's probably cooling everything down, but you know, girls gotta have a fan in this little kitchen. I might actually need a few more chocolate chips. I'm not sure. Let's see how this goes. Might be like icing, you know, the more you spread it, the farther it goes. Yeah, actually that is farther than you think, so I think we're good on that. What do you guys like to put on your Christmas crack? Some people call it Christmas bark or cracker bark. I mean, people, it seems like there's a lot of different names for it. So I'm trying to get some of the chocolate down to the edges to make sure that everybody gets, although everybody might just be me. To make this one time before my grandson came over so I can see how it turns out. I imagine the hardest part's going to be waiting for it to cool. So let's do the toppings. I crunched up the little pretzels a little longer. Like I said, I'll probably be the one who ends up eating most of this batch this week because I just know how I am. I have no willpower for salty and sweet stuff, so I wish I did. That's why I just try not to make it, except, you know, at the holidays you just got to splurge a little because that's what diets are for in January, after we've just treated ourselves all holiday season, right? So now I'm going to try and sprinkle a few of these little M&Ms on here just to give it some color. Oh my gosh, this is going to look so pretty, actually. I'm really happy with the way it's turning out, especially with using those little pretzels on top, and I think that'll just give it some extra crunch. Some people use sprinkles on top of this, which is a great idea for color. I mean, if that's all you have, then, you know, I would just use that. I don't particularly care for sprinkles. It depends on how they're made, probably, because they always just seem to be a little bit waxy to me, so I just thought I would just get these little mini M&Ms to use. I thought that would be fun. Just trying to make sure I get some color all around. Point it out if I missed a spot so I can't tell. Trying to get the green in all the little places so that, you know, you get some color. I wonder if I should put the sea salt since I put the pretzels on there. I guess it wouldn't hurt to just put a little pinch here and there. I mean, I won't put much, because you already got the salt from the crackers, and I imagine that kind of disintegrated into the caramel stuff. Yeah, that's enough. This is my first time making it, so I don't want to put too much. All right, so I'm going to let that cool down really good, and then when we come back, we can see how it turned out, okay? This just came out of the refrigerator. I made a little spot in the bottom for it. It's been in there about 45 minutes or so, and it feels pretty cold, so I'm going to try and break it apart and see how it goes. And then I was going to store it in like these muffin cups, because I think that will help keep it separated a little bit better. So here goes nothing. Let's just see if well, it's definitely stiff. Wow, okay. We're just doing it for the first time here, guys. Look at that. Just came right off. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, let's see if it breaks. Kind of broke in row. Whoopsie. It kind of broke in rows. So we'll just break some in half. It doesn't have to be even. I mean, in fact, if it breaks a little bit uneven, that's probably even better. So we can put the little pieces in there. I guess that could be like a single serving size, maybe? Probably not. All right, let's break off a piece that we can have a little taste. Try to get one bite of everything on it. Okay, so I'm going to taste a little bite of that. This is going to be a problem. Yeah, definitely sweet and salty. Totally could get addicted to this. Delicious. Oh my goodness, guys. You simply have to try this. Your whole family is going to love this. You know, this would be great for just like a movie night. You know, just to have to munch on during a movie at home. Oh my goodness, this is great. This is Gabby. I'll be back again later, and I hope you will be too. Bye.